It's Wednesday night. That can mean only one thing. It's time for Scars Action, the Ferrari Challenge. We're at Le Mans, folks. The iconic Le Mans with the Ferrari 488s. We got some big boys turning laps during qualifying underway right now. Joining me shortly, we hope, is going to be Trey Landry. I'm Wendell. I'm going to bring you flag-to-flag coverage tonight. We got 45 hot minutes of action. We're gonna hop to pretty much everybody's run a lap so far. Tentatively on the pole, we got Justin Richardson picking up where he left off last week. Let's see if we can't get a view of him here. There he is. In any event, this is my first trip here to the racetrack, so bear with me as we try to figure out all the corners we got here. We got, as you see on the screen, we got Will Salisbury. He's sitting P2 right now in the 4-car. Newcomer to Scars, Peter Short. You guys may have seen him on our Sunday and Monday night broadcasts. He's a road course ringer as well. You got league admin Eric Mickey. He's sitting P4 tonight in the 84. Joshua Freeman in the 26. He's P5. And then, of course, my favorite name in the Scars organization, Steven Brzezowski. It's a great name. He's sitting 6th right now in the 18 car. And then our very own OCR TV zone, Thomas Morris. He's sitting pretty P7 in a 99 car. I believe he is done with his qualifying laps. Not but a handful of cars out there currently. Maybe these guys looking to pick up on their times here. We got the 17 of Mark Schmeiding. He's sitting P8 right now. Dan Garber in the 8. He's 9th. And then Brian Son sitting 10th. We'll hop you around, give you a few vantage points of these cars. I think we're going to be looking forward to some really solid racing tonight. It looks like the top. Let's see. Yeah, the top 7 all within a second of each other. Ish. Yeah, we got at some point we got Trey Landry had to take a helicopter ride over to the store real quick. It's kind of a large track, so hopefully soon he'll. Oh, he just landed.
Sorry about that, Wendell. Yeah,
there we go.
Just I got caught up in baggage claim.
Oh man!
Apparently had too much freedom for the French in my suit.
Yeah, you'll have that sometimes, you know. But yeah, now we got Trey Landry with us. Trey, this track a little bit larger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's like 8.5 miles. I think they'll probably do total maybe 10 to 12 laps total tonight, 45 minutes. So look for probably pit stops around lap 5, lap 7. So should be interesting. Historic track.
Very, very historic. That it almost sounds ridiculous. We're going to be pitting halfway around lap 4 or 5.
Yeah, it does. This is a very large track. Like I said, 8.5 miles. So these drivers are going to have their hands full.
There's definitely not short work as we are looking at the league's newest driver, to my knowledge, Peter Short, in the 53 tonight, Trey.
Yeah, accomplished oval racer, especially in the fixed setups. Our OCR TV fans will recognize his name. It's good to see him make the trip over. Going to turn a little left and a little right with these guys, man. We'll see what he's got. But so far, he's looking pretty stout. Not that far off pole.
No, not at all. Trey, I've heard stories about his road ability. If it's anything like you were mentioning, if it's anything like his oval ability, look out, Justin Richardson.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm kind of disappointed we don't see Kurt Crum in the field tonight. Very stout last week at Watkins Glen. Gave that Justin Richardson all he can handle, and actually ended up winning the race. Kind of disappointed he wasn't able to make the trip to the track tonight.
Yeah, I believe he said he had a prior engagement. I was going to miss this week, but will be back with us for the next race in the Scar Series.
Well, hopefully he finds time to watch the broadcast.
Indubitably. Looks like about. I can find my thingamabob here. Looks like qualifying going to be finishing up. I think it's going to allow some of the drivers to complete their last lap. And Trey, we're gonna grid them up. We're gonna get it underway.
Also, somebody I don't see in the field tonight is Corey Bunch. Had a fairly decent race last week at the Glen, but kind of ran into some trouble. Had some trouble on the grid. Don't see him here tonight. Hopefully Andrew Mickey got caught up on that grid incident and turn one last week. Hopefully he has some better luck tonight.
Yeah, I know he'll be looking forward. In chat last week he came in after the incident and said he picked up, I believe it was 6 positions. Right there on the start before the incident occurred.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many positions you pick up if you can't complete the lap. So.
Truer words were never spoken, at least not in my presence.
I would like to say to our viewers that if you ever go to Le Mans, don't get the track tacos. They're not very good.
Oh. Ryan, because of the length of the track, will take a few minutes to conclude qualifying here. But Trey, I'll say this, and I know I say it every week, these Ferraris look so good on this track. Ooh.
Yeah, they do, and I love the sound, the engine noise, man. It's a pretty awesome machine, and they're actually fun to drive.
Looks like qualifying is done. We're going to have to turn that bad boy down.
Yeah, that was for me. Sorry about that.
No worries. Righty. See if we can find one of these cars. They're doing. Not really sure how the qualifying works here on a track so long. It says finished.
Yeah, they're finished. Getting ready to grid.
Oh, yep, there it is.
The standings start tonight.
Oh, well, let's pop them with the grid then.
Let's do it.
Real quick. On the pole, Justin Richardson. P2 belongs to Peter Short. Third place is going to be Will Salisbury and Eric Mickey, P4.
We got Joshua Freeman starting fifth, Steven Brozowski starting sixth, Thomas Moore seventh, Jason Brassfield eighth, Mark Shimendig ninth, Brian Son 10th, Dan Garber 11th, Andrew Mickey 12th, Adam Dock 13th, Dustin McGrew 14th. Those are all the drivers that took time. Those that did not take time, my favorite name in Scars, Matthew St. Germain, Amon Johnson, and J.D. Snyder start 17th, Tailgun Charlie on the field.
All right, and these starts right here, Trey, these are some of my favorite starts.
Without a doubt, these guys, the strategy is to set the pit limiter once the green lights start counting down, mash that clutch, mash that gas, and then once you start going, take that pit limiter off, and you should accelerate nice and smooth. Make for a good start.
Try to get you a good shot here. It's kind of hard though.
And we're green.
Somebody didn't get going. The 84, Eric Mickey, did not get going there on the start. It appears
those cars fan out there.
It appears that he is now up to speed, and we're good to go. Oh, that's so many Ferraris.
3 wide there.
We got a little bit of rubbing back here.
What a pretty clean start. Everybody is quickly single foul.
And Trey, we talked about it before the race. We got Peter Short out front already.
No surprise.
Yeah. Well, trap looking like it's going to be real strong here at this racetrack, Trey. We got Justin Richardson picking up position on Will Salisbury right there.
Oh, somebody missed the corner there. Oh, we got a spin. It's like Andrew Mickey went around there. A little help. He's going to get it. He's going to get the ship righted. Lost a lot of time.
He did indeed.
He's gonna be way behind here.
Take you back up here to the front of the field. Looks like we got a couple of gaggles of cars. We'll try to bring you the closest action at the time as soon as we possibly can. Mostly because it's going to take forever to count laps off here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Looks like Thomas Morris might be under attack right now from Jason Brassfield. I know, Trey, we spoke about it last week. Thomas not impressed with the fixed brake bias in this car, but seems to be doing pretty good otherwise.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy with it at first, but Thomas is going to put in his, he's going to get the seat time, and just like any good driver, he's going to adjust.
Oh, we missed something, Trey. Looks like Peter Short has fallen back to 4th position as Will Salisbury tries to make the move on Richardson there and will complete the pass. Joshua Freeman trying to make his way through as well, but not able to complete the job there.
Yeah, Will showed a lot of speed early in the race at Watkins Glen, kind of fell back. Still, if I remember correctly, Wendell finished on the podium, so very accomplished racer, so it's no surprises up front.
Yeah, a little further back in 8th and 9th position, we still got Morris and Brassfield doing battle. Looks like Dan Garber trying to push it a little hard there. Goes a little wide trying to catch up to these guys. Just like last week, Trey, we got what appears to be the closest battle on the track is the battle for the lead. We got Will Salisbury out front, Justin Richardson in second, but Justin not looking to let him get too far ahead of him.
No, we saw this battle last week between Justin and Kurt. Looks like this week it might be between Will and Justin.
It looks like Jason Brassfield under attack from Joshua Freeman. It appears Brassfield's going to be the victor in that. That is going to allow Thomas Morris to set a small little gap between those two. A little breathing room, if you will.
Yeah, he's looking pretty solid there in P7. He's going to try to set his sights on March Schmeiding, who's running P6.
Go back up here. The front looks like Peter Short's starting to make his way forward again. He's made his way around Stephen Brzezowski in the 18, the driver of that 53 car. He's looking to, well, I kind of feel like he's probably going to have to make that time up on pit road, but looking to catch up to the leaders of Will Salisbury and Justin Richardson.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to Peter. He must have missed a corner or something, but he's about 3.5 seconds back. We do have a battle for the lead, though, as Will Salisbury and Justin Richardson go side by side. Will's able to hold him off for now.
Yeah, it seems like every time they get down one of these long straightaways, the draft comes into play.
Yeah, for sure. And these guys are running the same setup, so there's no aero advantage to either car. It's just can he make that move? And Justin's trying to make that move, and Will's going to let him by.
Ooh, Justin locks it up.
That's going to let Will get back by. Kind of overcook. That's the dangers of the draft, man. You just kind of overcook that corner. You let Will get by. Some good driving there.
That's going to be the name of the game tonight, Trey. Who can put themselves in the right position at the right time.
So we're working lap 2. Wendell, Kurt, top 5. We got Will Salisbury in the lead. Justin Richardson right there with him. Peter Short third, about 3.3 seconds back. Stephen Borkowski battling him in 4th. Eric Mickey is rounding out your top 5. About 4 seconds back right now from the leaders. looks like our buddy Thomas Morris has closed up on the back bumper of 6th place Mark Schmeiding. Jason Brassfield is also starting to enter this battle as well. So
we got our first pitter, Trey. We got Joshua Freeman coming down pit road. Now I know what you're gonna say. I think it's a little early.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm told, they only need about anywhere from 7 to 9 gallons. I guess it depends on the strategy, and maybe he feels that he's in his window, so he figures, hey, I might as well get it done here. You definitely don't have to worry about going down a lap, making a pit stop here, but he's going to make a pit stop and get back on track, and now he's not going to have to worry about it for the rest of the race. That will drop him back to, it looks like maybe 13th position. We'll report Jason Brassfield just made the pass around Thomas Morris. So move Jason up to 7th, Thomas back to 8th, even though this is a pretty good battle here as Thomas looks to do the crossover and try to get that position back. Of course, you know, Steven likes to, or excuse me, Mark likes to see this. These two guys racing side by side. It's going to let him pull away a little bit.
Indeed. Of course, going to give way there. It's going to allow Brassfield to solidly take over that 7th position, at least to the end of the straightaway.
Right, yeah.
So closer back up front, we got Richardson. He's closed the gap back up to Will Salisbury there for the lead.
Just to update you on pit stops, Wendell, looks like we've had 3 drivers make pit stops. Joshua Freeman in the 26th, J.D. Snyder in the 19th, and Brian Son in the 03.
As we ride aboard the dash cam of Richardson, you see Salisbury gets off track a little bit there, kicks some rocks and dust up at him. Richardson doesn't care though. Never lips.
Yeah, this is one of those marquee tracks, Wendell, that you definitely want to notch them in at. Man. You say, hey, I want to race at Le Mans. That's pretty spectacular. Kind of to our NASCAR fans out there, it's like maybe winning the Daytona 500 or the Southern 500, or you know, this is one of the jewels of road racing here.
And fortunately for us right now, this is the closest battle on the track, so we're going to stick with it for a few. You know, Salisbury getting through that last set of corners there better than pretty much anybody on track right now. And the next closest battle we have on track is going to be Steven Brzezowski and Mark Schmeiding, the drivers of the 18 and 17. About a half a second gap between these two. Oh, we got somebody around on the front straightaway. That's unfortunately Eric Mickey.
Yep, Eric Mickey. Let's see what happened here. Oh, looked like he just kind of overcooked the entry there, and maybe a little brake lock up, little wheel hop, sent that car around. Lost 4 spots there.
Yeah, he's going to be kicking himself in the buttocks for that later.
Definitely the battle for the lead is the race on track right now, as Justin is closing back up on the leader at the end of the straightaway. But just seems that Will is able to navigate these corners a little bit better than Justin. Gets enough separation in these corners that allows him to pull away until the end of these straightaways.
Yeah, making it look really easy at that.
Yeah, he's turning a pretty wheel, that's for sure. We've completed 3 laps. A little bit of changes in our top 5. So we got a battle for the lead here. Justin pulls alongside Will into that front straightaway. He's set up nice for this right-hander coming up here, Wendell, and Will's going to let him have it.
You know, we saw him do it again.
We saw him do it again. Lock up those brakes. Let Will get alongside him again.
And even so, I think even when he doesn't, it looks like Will's just that much better through the corner. He's able to get right back underneath him.
Yeah, prime example, Wendell. He's going to try to make that pass again. Set up well for this right-hander. He's going to complete the pass, maybe. Gets into the grass a little bit, slows him down. It's going to let Justin maintain that lead. But this is a great battle. Definitely got a couple of turnologists behind the wheel here tonight.
Oh, yes, absolutely true.
Looks like we've had another car make a pit stop, Wendell. Looks like the number 8 machine of Dan Garber has pitted. I expect we're going to see a lot more here in the next. We've completed 3 laps. The leaders just completed lap 4, so we're going to see a lot of people, I think, start coming down within the next lap or 2.
True. Well, out front we got Richardson. He is in.
Matter of fact, never mind. Sorry.
He's extended a pretty large gap over Will Salisbury, almost 3 seconds. That's allowed Peter Short to catch up to the back of Will.
I'm not quite sure what happened to Will there. He slowed dramatically, and he let Justin open that gap up to 3 seconds. I don't know if he's just going to try to lay back a little bit and try to sneak in the pits, and maybe Justin doesn't notice, or if it's some kind of equipment issue there.
Not 100% sure there, but we're going to take it back here to where it looks like Eric Mickey is catching up to the back of Thomas Morris. The draft is strong, Trey.
Oh, yeah. Well, just to update on Will, it's no problem with this car. He's starting to close that gap just a little bit, but still 3 seconds there. Eric Mickey's right there with Thomas Morris looking for 7th, trying to recover from that spin he had. earlier. Eric had a solid, I think, top 5 last week. So looking to continue that, but he's got some ground to make up.
Yeah, and he's going to try to make up one of those spots right here with Morris. And does. Morris lifts, lets him go. Real quick, Trey back out front. Looks like Will has he was able to pick up about 4/10 of that gap back up from Richardson, but he's got his work cut out for him right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm sure we'll be talking to him after the race. We'll have to ask him about it. Should definitely get through the corners there. I thought he might pit here, but no, he's not going to pit.
You know, Trey, we spoke about it last week. Maybe the strategy to get as close as you can on fuel. You know, with the cars actually running faster lap times, the lighter they get, huh?
Yeah. I mean, and
again, we got Peter Short around.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we said, you know, if you could stretch it to the last lap you can go as far as possible, that's just the less amount of time you have to spend on pit road. But the good thing about Peter, he kind of went around there. He had a big enough lead over fourth that he didn't lose that position to Steven, who's running back there in fourth, but he did lose a lot of time to Will. He was kind of hanging around on his back bumper, but that spin let Will stretch it to about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, and Salisbury there in the 4, he's in reel in mode. He's trying to reel that 13 in. Like I said, Trey, it's going to be a lot of work to make up 2.5 seconds with a guy of the caliber as Richardson.
Well, he's got him in his sights now, so that's a little bit of motivation there to keep that hammer down. I'll tell you what, if you can get a cockpit cam on that driver, that number 4 machine, I'll tell you what, it's something to watch him navigate around this circuit. Definitely holding a pretty wheel.
Pretty expensive wheel.
Yeah, but pretty nonetheless. He knows how to drive that expensive wheel for sure.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but Justin better not get too comfortable up there in the lead because Will is coming.
Yeah, he is indeed. He's slowly ticking him off. Not setting any lightning bolt record pace laps, but he's definitely closing in on him slowly but surely. Drivers still electing not to come down pit road.
I would expect they would be coming down pretty soon. We're just about a little over halfway, so.
You see the real-time gap there from the air, from Will Salisbury to Justin Richardson, from the chopper cam.
Yeah, Will just ran his fastest lap and ran a 48.56 to the leaders 48.89. So he's hauling the mail, man. It's faster than actually the qual laps that these guys ran earlier.
It looks like we've got about 20 minutes left in the racetrack.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Notice when we got some people watching the race. So if you're new to OCR TV and unfamiliar with our broadcast style, we like to interact with the chat. So hey, chat it up. If there's a camera view you'd like to see or just want to comment on the race, post your comments. We will acknowledge them and talk back at you.
And we do enjoy talking, even though sometimes you can't tell.
Right.
You know, that's Trey. That's one of the dangers of road racing. You know, every now and then you get gaps between all the cars, and you know, until it closes into the end of the race, you don't really get to see a whole lot of hard racing.
Well, I can tell you one gap that's disappearing. That's that gap between first and second place. Will has cut it down to just under 2 seconds. As our leader kind of overcooks the turn there, gets a little into the sand trap. That's going to let Will Salisbury close right up onto his back bumper again.
Indeed, and speaking of Sal's, he's salivating in the mouth now.
Oh, yeah. I've kind of noticed a trend with Justin. He tends to overcook these corners just a little bit, and he locks up those brakes. And, you know, so far that's, you know, Will's been able to capitalize. He was just able to capitalize on that. He dropped that lead. You know, he was able to close that gap from 2 seconds to 3/10. I mean, he's right there.
As both of them appear to be coming down pit road this time.
Yes.
And Will just gapped him. Just sucked that gap right up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the man that might be able to take advantage of this is coming down pit road right behind him, along with Steven Brzezowski, Mike Schmeiding coming down, Jason Bradfield, Eric Mickey, all coming down, including Thomas Morris. Trey, I kind of led to believe that they're not going to make it another lap if they don't.
Yeah, these guys got to be on fumes. I'm sure all of them are going to be coming down pit road.
We'll see Peter Short stop in his box.
Justin is going to get away before Will. Will close behind. It looks like everybody's coming down pit road.
Yes, sir.
Justin definitely had a better pit stop than Will. He's gapping Will by right now 3 seconds and climbing. Showing 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to Will on that pit stop, but right now, Wendell, I'm showing he's got almost a 6 second gap between him and the leader.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is, well, obviously the pit time itself a little bit slower, but maybe came out on the limiter a little too long. Not really sure what happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure there either, but it's a big gap that's going to be hard to make up with only about 15 minutes left in the race.
Yeah, he is definitely going to need Richardson to cook those tires a couple of times.
Now, this is where if you're Richardson, you're watching your F3 relative and you see how far back he is, and you just try to manage the gap. Don't worry about running your fastest lap of the race. Just worry about staying ahead of that Will in the number 4, because I think overall Will does have the faster car, but a couple of mistakes have cost him.
Yeah, we got Jason Brassfield as we were watching that. Jason Brassfield turned it around a little bit there. That allowed Eric Mickey to gap him.
Yeah, Eric's slowly making his way back up from that incident earlier. I think he was running inside the top 5. He dropped down to, I want to say, 9th or 10th, but he's slowly making his way back up and currently running P6. So, Wendell, after pit stops, we got our leader, Justin Richardson. He's about a 5.5 second lead over Will Salisbury running second. Peter Short running third. He's about 9 seconds back from second place. Stephen Brozowski running fourth. He's about 7 seconds behind third. Mark Schmeiding running fifth, about 6 seconds behind fourth. And Eric Mickey is looking to close up here and try to get that fifth spot.
Yeah, that'd be an incredible rebound for Eric if he was able to get up to the back bumper of Schmeiding and get around him. A little bit more than 13 minutes remaining in this Le Mans race. Luckily, Trey, we're not broadcasting a 24-hour event.
Oh man,
Because holy hell.
I don't think there's enough gin and tonic in France for that to happen.
Yeah, the EU does not have enough.
Just to, I know we covered the top 5, but just to kind of round out the field, we got Eric Mickey running 6th, Jason Brassfield running 7th, Thomas Morris 8th, Joshua Freeman 9th, Matthew St. Germain running 10th, Adam Dock 11th, Andrew Mickey 12th, Dan Graber 13th, JD Snyder 14th, and Brian Son, who is, I don't believe, currently on track. No, he is.
He is.
I stand corrected. But he's 3 laps down. He's running 15th. We got Dustin McGrew and Eamon Johnson has taken it behind the wall.
Yeah, disappointing days for those gentlemen, but there's always next race.
Just to update on the battle for the lead, looks like Will has been able to cut about 1.5 seconds off that gap, so he is definitely coming.
Yeah, he can just barely see him.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's going to have enough time to get up there as we got 12 minutes left.
12 minutes sounds maybe about what, 3 laps? 3 or so laps?
Yeah, 3, maybe 4 laps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a lot of time for Will to make up that gap. Still, shout out to Peter Short in that 53 machine. Solid effort tonight. Ran second for a while. I don't think he's been lower than third all night. Running a solid race for his Scars debut here. I think he's kind of turning some heads, putting these guys a little bit on notice.
Indeed, yeah. He actually spun it around earlier in the race to try be able to maintain that third position. Pretty stellar job on the part of Peter. Also, another guy not a stranger to giving interviews either.
Without a doubt. It's like we might have a battle starting to shape up here between Adam Dock and Joshua Freeman. Got identical liveries on those cars. So a couple of teammates battling there. That's for the 9th and 10th position.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe trading paint's not working again tonight.
Probably not.
You never know, though. Kind of hit or miss.
Well, let me just relaunch trading paints. It seems I have to do that about 3 or 4 times a race.
And it appears that Eric Mickey has caught the back of Mark Schmeiding here. This is going to be your closest battle on the track. We're going to stick with it till we see what happens.
It's a battle for 5th position. Eric was like 2/10 faster that last lap, which is pretty impressive over an 8.5-mile course that these guys can run such a close time.
Trey, it's one of the best things about the fixed setup racing is both guys have equal equipment. Comes down to essentially skill level, a little bit of luck.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It's definitely all driver here. I'm not, very interested to see what happened to Will after that pit stop. Still 5 seconds back from the lead, and we're coming down on 7 minutes to go. Unless Justin really screws the pooch, I don't see Will being able to catch him with this less of time left to go.
Knowing that that gap's pretty much been maintained about 5.1 seconds for the last, say, 2 laps or so.
Yeah, just to update on that battle between Eric Mickey and Mark Schmeiding. Eric overcooked the corner a little bit. I'll allow Mark to pull away to about a 2-second gap there on Eric Mickey.
it looks like Eric may be trying to get a little bit more out of it than it's got. Yeah, cooks the corner there. Gonna essentially eliminate any chance he had of getting around Schmiting.
Well, I hate to say that. Still, it's under 2 seconds. Eric's still got a chance, but the clock is ticking. 6 minutes to go.
About a lap and a half.
Yeah, about a lap and a half.
Bring you back out front here with Justin Richardson. He's set sail so far. Just gapped Will by another second there, so bring that gap up to 6 seconds flat.
Yeah, I think Justin can kind of start to relax here a little bit now. Just concentrate on your marks. Keep the wheels on the pavement. Keep the shiny side up, and he should notch the win here.
Sir. I know he wouldn't mind that either.
No, not after what happened last week. Definitely kind of a redemption for him, if you will.
No uber close battles on track right now. The closest race on track still Eric Mickey in the 84, Mark Schmiting in the 17. 3 second gap between those two. We'll kind of just run you through the field, maybe give you a couple of different vantage points, if you will.
I'm kind of curious, when we have the space cam on this track, is there a camera big enough?
That was physically impossible.
That's what I figured. That's a shame. That's my favorite camera.
Mine as well. Yeah, we spent about 10 minutes trying to make that thing work. Just could not do it. Could get about a quarter of the track in it.
And unfortunately, the International Space Station wouldn't let us dock our cameras up there, so
yeah,
no space cam tonight.
Yeah, their representative unavailable for comment.
Personally, don't blame him. I wouldn't want to talk to us either. As we're coming down to 3.5 minutes to go, I would suspect that when Justin crosses the start-finish line, it will be the white flag lap here.
Yeah, unfortunately, Salisbury not able to close that gap since the last time we mentioned it. So unless Richardson makes a big mistake, Trey, it's pretty much Richardson's game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Looks like Matthew St. Germain has retired tonight. He's going to finish probably 14th. I don't believe he'll lose that position to Brian, who's 3 laps down. Kind of a disappointing night for him, I'm sure. He had a decent race last week, but just things didn't go his way tonight.
Yeah, about 2 minutes left here.
This should be the white flag. This should be the last lap the leader needs to complete. He just needs to make 8.5 more miles, Wendell, and he'll seal the deal.
Indubitably. I had to get at least one in there tonight. And we see the gap there. Salisbury able to close the second off the gap, but unfortunately it's, I said, unless Richardson makes a mistake, it's going to be too little too late.
Yeah, too little too late.
Although we have seen weirder things happen, though, Trey.
Without a doubt, yeah. Turn, what is it, 4 laps to go, turn 2, hit the wall, lose the championship, yeah.
Yeah, and the race. Yeah, we've seen it. Certainly does happen.
You know, it's got to be nerve-wracking, man. Usually we're talking last lap, you're talking, you know, 1.5 miles, 2.5 miles on these oval courses. Last lap, 8.5 miles, all that opportunity to make a mistake or, you know, get dropped from the server or your computer to shut down. It's got to be nerve-wracking for Justin right now.
Yep.
Thinking all I got to do is cross that start-finish line. I'm going to win this race. The thoughts that are going through his mind.
Right, and the timer has clicked down. This will be the white flag lap. And I'll be brutally honest with you. I have no idea where they are on racetrack, Trey.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah. I will say this though, Wendell. It's been fun watching these two leaders, Justin Richardson and Will Salisbury, getting around these tracks. Man, they turn some great laps. Definitely know what they're doing, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
Indeed, indubitably, even. And that gap between Richardson and Salisbury, another second gone out of it, but we're coming down to the end now.
Yeah, I think Justin just got it on cruise control. He's playing around. He knows he's got this thing sealed up.
He is.
He should be coming now to take the checkered flag.
And your winner, Justin Richardson. He's taking home the chicken dinner tonight at Le Mans, the Scars Ferrari Challenge Series. Will Salisbury going to bring it home second. It's like Peter Short. He's going to be your third place finisher tonight. That's going to be your interviews. We got Steve Brzezowski. He's rounding the final set of corners. That's going to be your fourth place finisher. I got a little bit further back for fifth and sixth. Fifth belongs to Mark Schmeiding. Eric Mickey able to take a second off of that gap that they had, but unfortunately for him, again, too little too late. Barring catastrophic failure, Thomas Morse going to bring it around the final set to bring it home seventh. Then we'll bring the rest of your grid as we do the interviews. The race is going to let these drivers complete, so we'll give them a few moments to do that, as some of them are quite a little bit of ways back.
Yeah, it looks like Jason Brassfield's going to bring it home in 8th. Joshua Freeman's going to bring it home 9th. Adam Dock in 10th. Andrew Mickey's going to bring it home in 11th. Dan Graver in 12th. J.D. Snyder in 13th. And looks like Brian Son's going to finish the race 3 laps down. He's going to bring it home in 15th.
Indeed, pretty good race tonight from Le Mans. Really, really large racetrack. And unfortunately got spread out a little bit there and didn't have quite the hard racing we wanted to see, but still a good night nonetheless.
All right, Wendell. We are no stranger to this guy. Made his Scars debut tonight. He qualified second, riding home third, driving that number 53 Ferrari. Peter Short, tell us about your race tonight, bud. Saw you run into a little bit of trouble, but was able to maintain position. Tell us about your race and what you think about your debut tonight.
Yeah, there was a couple of corners I just could not get right, and I messed them up multiple times tonight. But, I had a lot of fun. I love Le Mans. It's one of those tracks in iRacing where I feel like it's very hard to figure out when it's going to give you a penalty and when it's not going to give you a penalty. And I know I fell into that trap a few times tonight, but I think, I had about third place speed, and Will and Travis, those two were on a rail, and they showed it in the end. And I think it's Travis. I don't know people's names here. Is it Travis?
Justin.
Justin. Man, I'm terrible with names, guys. Anyway, they had good speed, and I was hoping right at the beginning of the race that Justin and Will would be racing each other, and I could get some draft, because I'd, got that penalty on I think it was on the very first lap, where I had to give up, X amount of time, and put me back. And they did get racing, and I was able to gain a little bit of time on them, and then I had my issues. But all in all, just a fun race, trying to hit my marks, getting used to this Ferrari. It's first time I've driven it tonight. I've driven a little bit of the Ford GT, and these cars are a lot of fun. They're really grippy and quite a bit different from the Monster Energy Cup cars that I'm used to. So all in all, fun race, and I hope to be making a couple of starts here. Not running full-time, but part-time schedule.
Well, speaking of part-time, when can we expect to see you again, Peter?
That's a good question. I don't really know. It's kind of a week-to-week thing. I have some commitments on Wednesday nights, and I don't really know until Monday night if I can race that Wednesday night. So it's going to be an interesting thing. I hope to run more rather than less. So already having a lot of fun. Got a good car count tonight. Hope that the league keeps that up, and I'll be popping up every once in a while.
All right, Peter. Well, you know the deal. This is not your first interview. Give us those shout-outs, brother.
I want to thank you, OCR boys, for all you do. The Mickeys for putting this together. I saw that they were running a road course league, and I kind of jumped on it. So thanks for them allowing me to come over here and have a good show.
All right, Peter. Well, we appreciate it. Impressive debut here in Scars, and we understand life happens, and hopefully life lets you race here with us on Wednesday, because we always like seeing you, man. You're definitely a wheel man.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Just like that, he's gone. Peter Short finishing P3 tonight.
Just like that, we got Will Salisbury.
How's it going, guys?
It's going great, man. Tell us what happened, man. You were in the lead, and then all of a sudden you lost it to Justin, and then you made pit stops, and right there, and that gap opened up to 6 seconds, and you were never able to recover. What happened, man?
Yeah, I got a great start. Was able to get a good launch off the line and get around Justin there, and tried to go for Peter, but it didn't quite work. It was just pushing the car too hard and finding the limits of the track. That really killed my race, was getting the slowdowns. I probably got 5 or 6 of them, which is 5 or 6 more than I did in the entire 24 hours of Le Mans. So I was really pushing to try and stay up there with Justin. We were going to have a great battle. We had a great battle those first few laps. Me and him went side by side, and we were just trying to, set the race out and see what each other was going to do before we really got into a groove. But once I got a couple slowdowns there, and then I caught back up to him, and he made some mistakes going into the pit lane, and I was right on him. And, I was trying to get a great run out and see if I could get a run down the straight, and we'd go at it for the remaining laps. But I got a slow down right when I came out of the pits, and that screwed me up. And I tried to reel him back in and got a few more, and it was killing my race. I was pushing the car and pushing the limit too much, and I paid for it. But still happy to come home in second place.
Yeah, it's another week. I think you had a solid run last week. Ended up on the podium, I believe, and on the podium tonight, heading to Brands Hatch, I believe, next week. What you feel about that track, and how do you feel about your chances next week?
Not as great as the last 2 weeks, I'll be honest. I don't have very much time at Brands Hatch. I've run the Indy course there a number of times, but not so much the full track. So that's going to be a steep learning curve for me. Le Mans, obviously, I've done the 24 here before, so I've put in a ton of laps, and the same as Watkins Glen. It's my home track, only a few hours away. So I know these two kind of like the back of my hand. Maybe this one not so much on the limit side of it, but Brands Hatch is going to be a very interesting race, but hopefully we'll be able to get that Lit Motorsports number 4 up on the podium again next week.
I wouldn't, well, but you know the deal, man. Before we let you go, give us those shout outs, brother.
Yeah, of course I got to thank my whole team here at the Lit Motorsports crew. I know a few guys weren't able to make it today, but Matt St. Germain was on here. I think he had some issues early on, but Romer Acallo was watching back on the live stream. So shout out to those guys and Travis and all the Lit Motorsports guys and Mark. It's been a great journey with these guys, and hopefully we can keep it up in the coming weeks.
Well, if you got your guys watching the live stream, you need to tell them to chat with us. We like to talk to our viewers. So if they chat with us, we chat back.
Yeah, I'll have to get them on here. Get these guys up in the chat and give them some different perspective on the commentary. One of these weeks, man, and one of these weeks, I got to get on that top step. But slowly but surely, climbing up one step at a time.
I have no doubt that we will be giving you the chicken dinner before this season is over. Will definitely a contender for the overall title here in Scars, man. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys. See you then.
Cue it up.
All right, Wendell. Winner, chicken dinner. He led 9 of the 12 laps. Started on pole. Kind of fell back at the beginning. Poor start, but was able to recover. Had an awesome pit stop. Maintained a pretty wheel around this 8.5-mile circuit. He brought home a win after a very disappointing effort at Watkins Glen. Justin, tell us about your race tonight, bud.
Hey guys, nice to see you again. The start, I had a great lap in qualifying. I think that was pretty close to perfect. And come to the start, I didn't turn my pit limiter off. So naturally, I was bogged down, and the 2 guys behind me got away. To be honest, the other guys were pretty quick. I think, was it Short?
Yes.
Behind me, he looks like he might have had some off courses or something because he fell back pretty early. Will was a surprise, and to be quite honest, I think he probably was quicker than me. But from the looks of it, every now and then he would drop off, and I figured if I could just keep my marks and not make any mistakes, it'd be a good day. Pit stop, I kind of screwed up. I undercalculated, and came out a half a gallon under what I needed for the race. So that whole last stint, I was freaking out. And then my 4th screen went down telling me if I had enough or not. So I kept saving, and it turns out at the line, I saved almost a gallon of fuel.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the broadcast, Justin. It's just like, usually when we're calling, run these races, it's, of course, me and Wendell are primarily oval guys, and, the white flag lap is only 1.5 miles, 2 miles. Here it's 8.5.
Yeah.
And we were just wondering what was going through your head. It's just like, okay, I could get dropped. I could, run out of fuel. I mean, apparently your 4th screen and your fuel management lost communication with your pit crew. That had to be a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, It sucked. I'm usually good at knowing how much to put in, and if anything, I like to put in a little more than less because I tend to have a heavy foot, and I don't like fuel saving. I'm not good at it. I don't feel. I think I dropped. I still maintained a decent pace, but I still think Will looked like after the stops he might have had a few cut courses. Other than that, as close as it was, I truly feel he probably would have won.
Yeah, I can confirm that. He, in the interview, once you go back and watch the broadcast, he did say he had a couple of cut courses that slowed him down, which is, a shame from a broadcast point of view because we was wanting to see you guys battle it out. But I'm sure you're like, sorry, Charlie.
I'm sure you guys did want to see a battle, but I didn't.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It was good fun though. He's a clean racer. We left each other plenty of room there at the beginning, and Short and Will. It was pretty good. Knowing this track, even with my pace advantage in qualifying, even if it stayed like that during the race, all they had to do was stay in my draft, and we would have been nose to tail the whole time. So it was really came down to who had a slip up here and there to get out of that draft and maintain their pace.
Yeah, without a doubt. Another solid race tonight. Heading to Brands Hatch next week. Justin, how do you feel about the track, and what do you think your chances are? We already talked to Will about it, and he said it's not his favorite place. So, but how do you feel about it?
I think I had a second place in BES last season there, but I don't remember, and those cars don't really matter to compare to this one. Track, I think, is a good track. We'll just see how the car handles. I'll be honest, the car here, to me, didn't handle as well as it has the first two races. So I played with what I can here with my equipment, and I ironed it out in the 20 or so minutes before the race here in that qualifying session. The best I could. Still wasn't completely happy. If it's back to normal next week, I think it'd be a fun week.
All right. Well, before we let you go, Justin, give us those shout outs, man. Anybody you want to holler at before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my PSR, Positive Sim Racing team in VRS, letting me take a night out from my testing for BES for the qualifier next season and run this on Wednesdays so far. Dynamic Sim Racing, the guys I ran with in Australia, Speed Asylum, Darwin, my buddy who's not here this week. He's in Denver. Hopefully he'll be back racing next week. But I think that's it. Oh, and my girlfriend for letting me do this.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you got to thank
Last
the
but
boss.
not least, right?
Yeah, got to thank her. Actually, sometimes during the races she'll bring a beer into me. So.
Oh,
nice.
That's a keeper.
Yeah, good woman.
Yes, sir.
We can't even get our intern to bring us coffee, Wendell.
Yeah, man. I know. It's terrible.
Well, yeah, that's.
Yeah,
You guys got to change that up.
I know, right?
Yeah. But Justin, again, good job on the W tonight. Enjoy your chicken dinner. See you next time at Brands Hatch.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
There it is, Trey.
Yeah, I have no doubt to back up Justin. I think we'll be talking to him a lot this season. And I'd just like to follow up, Justin. You shouted out to all those teams. Get them to start watching the live stream. I mean, start commenting. I mean, you got a couple of oval guys calling these road races. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah.
How can we improve? But other than that, just chat. We love to chat back.
And we're flashing them across the screen for your viewing pleasure. Your results tonight. But I don't know about you, Trey. Next week another. Well, obviously it's not for you. Next week another first time for me. Never been to Brands Hatch before. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, we got Thomas Morris joining us in chat. Solid run tonight. Thomas finished 7th. That Pinnacle Racing Machine.
It was something.
Just in time to take us away, Thomas. Do your thing.
Far, far away land?
Well, that depends. How far away is Brands Hatch?
It's in Europe.
Europe.
So we're not going too far. Over, I don't know.
Just hang out for a week.
Well, I mean, we're going to fly back to Florida to cover some dirt racing.
Ooh.
I was mistaken last night. I thought we had a dirt race move. We have 2 dirt races this week coming up, boys.
That sounds
Woo.
okay to me.
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah, without a doubt, those boys put on a good show in dirt. So if you're new to OCR TV, hit that like button, hit that
There's only a
button.
subscribe button. We gotta get you out of that Twitch.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you can get a thumbs up to show us that we like it.
Yeah, there it is. That's what you meant, Trey. The like was a thumbs up, right?
It is.
Yeah,
You hit that subscribe button. You'll see all our broadcasts. We'll be on the dirt Sunday. Should be
And
fun.
Monday.
And Monday. Yeah, 2 dirt races, like Thomas said.
Back to Europe for Brands Hatch, which should be interesting. I coined it as we were at Talladega tonight, and then we'll be at Bristol next week. So,
All right, gentlemen.
Great.
However many people out there are tired of hearing us, we're gonna take them away. Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, OCR TV. You got the talented Trey Landry, the lovely Thomas Morse, and everyone's favorite Canadian, Matt Kingston, bringing you dirt action from the 3 Wide Series. Yeah, hopefully. Until then, we bid you adieu.
See ya!